Hi guys, Joe Wolverton, Teacher of Liberty, back with you for another Friday Founders. We're going to talk today about John Milton. Now, there next to Shakespeare, Milton is the most influential, the most significant English writer, period. Those of you who've had my class before, you know that the things for which Milton is famous in the wider world, not the things that our founders most admired him for, however. One of those things is, it was said in his day, one of the things that the founders often quoted, it was said in the days of Milton and Sidney, if a man was a friend of freedom, he was a friend of Milton. And if not, then not. So there you go. All right. I'm going to talk a little bit today about this book. It's not a book. This is a book, but it's the speech Areopagitica. Areopagitica is a speech given by John Milton. This book is the record of the speech, along with introduction and a good biography and all sorts of things like that on the goings-on of John Milton. This is available from Liberty Fund. Guys, do yourselves a solid. Most all of the books that I quote from, most all of the men that the founding fathers were so inspired by, their books can be found at libertyfund.org, and they are so inexpensive. Sidney, Trenchard and Gordon, Milton, these guys, all of their stuff available, libertyfund.org. Do yourselves a favor, get those books from them. They're a small organization. You'd be doing a small business a big favor, right? All right, let's get into a couple of these quotes from Mr. Milton, shall we? From Areopagitica. Remember, Areopagitica, first up. You ready? Here we go. We boast our light. But if we look not wisely on the sun itself, it smites us into darkness. The light which we have gained was given us, not to be ever staring on, but by it to discover onward things more remote from our knowledge. Whew. Milton, don't hurt him. Do you understand what he's saying, guys? We brag about being smart, about having this great light. Any knowledge that we've gained has been given us from above, right? God has given us the ability to read. You couldn't watch this video if God hadn't given you eyesight, if he hadn't given you the ability to hear. So here Milton, who was a very religious man, as were all these men that our fathers looked up to, and as were our fathers. He says, you brag about the light. Your light was given to you, right? And your light wasn't given to you just to consume it for yourself and to say, look how bright I am. Look how smart I am. I can quote Milton. That light was given to you by God to search deeper things. Things, as he calls, onward things, more remote from our knowledge. Don't be satisfied with the light and knowledge you have now. Seek greater light and knowledge. Use that ability that God has given you to learn and learn more. Do what Milton said. Don't boast your light and just say, look at me, I'm smart, I can quote people. Learn those things, right? Go farther in your knowledge, right? All right, quote number 2. Also from Areopagitica. You ready? Here we go. A wise man will make better use of an idle pamphlet than a fool will do of sacred scripture. Ain't that the truth? A wise man can get more out of a couple of pages of John Milton than a fool could get out of the full Old and New Testaments combined. Why? Because the wise man knows how little he knows and is looking to learn, make himself better. The fool thinks there's nothing he doesn't already know. There's nothing that person can teach me. So you give a fool a Bible and he's like, so what? You give a wise man a page of Milton and he will be better for it. So I want to close with this, guys. Let's make sure and not make these books that we read just sources of clever quotes. We need to take these books and regularly and rigorously read from them. We need to search them and learn these principles, the principles taught in these books, and how those principles might save us the way those principles saved our fathers. All right. Thank you, guys. See you soon.